Truth and Temptation, Oakland, Oakland, the Real Talk Crime Files.
Next episode teaser: the pastor, the plug, and the Porsche. He called himself a man of God. But the devil don't always wear red. In our next episode, we take you to East Oakland, deep into the pews of one of the fastest growing black churches in the Bay. Pastor Leon L. Train Carr was known for three things: miracle services, designer suits, and a platinum-plated pulpit. But behind the hallelujahs and holy water, a secret operation was moving more than just faith. From late-night baptisms to luxury car rentals tied to cartel routes, somebody was using the church van for more than choir practice. And when a young member of the congregation winds up dead in the trunk of a Porsche parked behind the tabernacle, the saints go silent, and the snakes start slithering. Drugs, deception, a divine cover-up, and at the center, a pastor with no diploma, a plug with a prayer life, and a choir director who knew way too much. The pastor, the plug, and the Porsche, a story soaked in secrets, sanctified with scandal, and sealed with silence. Next time, on Truth and Temptation, the Real Talk Crime Files.
In the heart of East Oakland, where the sacred meets the streets, a story unfolds that's as twisted as a preacher's sermon on sin. This is the tale of Pastor Leon L. Train Carr, a man of God with a penchant for luxury, and the secrets that led to a chilling discovery in the trunk of a Porsche. Welcome to Truth and Temptation, the Real Talk Crime Files. I'm your host, Kofi, and today, we unravel a narrative where salvation and scandal collide. Act 1. The Shepherd of the Streets. Pastor Leon Carr, affectionately known as L, was a charismatic leader who transformed the modest East Oakland church into a spiritual haven. His sermons were electrifying, drawing in congregants from all walks of life. But behind the pulpit, whispers of his lavish lifestyle began to surface. He drove a sleek Porsche, wore designer suits, and was often seen dining at upscale restaurants. While some attributed his prosperity to divine favor, others began to question the source of his wealth. Act 2. The congregation's concerns. Members of the church started noticing inconsistencies. Donations were being solicited more aggressively, yet the church's community programs were dwindling. A few brave souls voiced their concerns, only to be met with admonishments about questioning God's anointed. Rumors began to circulate about late-night meetings in the church's basement and unfamiliar faces frequenting the premises. The once in question faith in Pastor Carr started to waver. Act 3. The discovery. On a chilly November morning, a Porsche registered to Pastor Carr was found abandoned near Lake Merritt. Inside the trunk lay the lifeless body of a young man, later identified as Marcus Lil St. Thompson, a known figure in the local drug scene. The community was in shock. How did a man of God become entangled in such a grim scenario? The police launched an investigation, and the media frenzy began. Act 4. Unraveling the truth. As detectives delved deeper, they uncovered a web of illicit activities. Financial records showed large, unexplained deposits into the church's accounts. Surveillance footage revealed clandestine meetings between Pastor Carr and known drug affiliates. It became evident that the church was being used as a front for laundering drug money. The once revered pastor was now the prime suspect in a criminal enterprise that betrayed the very community he vowed to uplift. Act 5. The aftermath. Pastor Carr was arrested and charged with multiple offenses, including drug trafficking and conspiracy to commit murder. The trial was a spectacle, drawing national attention. Congregants grappled with feelings of betrayal and disbelief. In the end, Carr was convicted and sentenced to 25 years in federal prison. The church was disbanded, its doors closed, leaving behind a legacy tarnished by greed and deception. The tale of Pastor Leon L. Carr serves as a stark reminder that wolves can don shepherd's clothing. In a city striving for redemption, it's imperative to remain vigilant and question those who claim to lead us to salvation. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, stay woke and keep seeking the truth.
Oakland's a city of soul, love, struggle, and spirit. But sometimes, the saints walk side by side with the sinners, and the pulpit becomes the plug. Tonight's story ain't about miracles. It's about manipulation, murder, and a Porsche parked too close to purgatory. Stay tuned, we have interviews that have not been shared with the public. Interview Ms. Beverly James, former church elder. When Pastor Carr came in, the pews filled up overnight. He wasn't like the others, he was flashy. Smooth talker. Said the Lord didn't want us broke and busted. He said God was luxury. Interview Tariq T. Mays, youth program leader. 1 minute we had a youth basketball league and food pantry. Next week, budget got tight. But we saw the pastor get bottle service at Mastro's. I ain't saying nothing. But something wasn't adding up. Detective Anita Brooks audio reconstruction. We traced multiple wire transfers. Carr had offshore accounts. Large cash deposits $15,000. $20,000. Sometimes more, all under the name of the church. But the kicker? Surveillance footage from the church's basement, Carr and known gang associates exchanging duffel bags. That's no offering plate. Interview, anonymous ex-member Deacon J. It wasn't just drugs. They were laundering money through prayer services, flipping cars, and using funerals as fronts. People came to grieve, and walked away with an eighth. Interview Ms. Beverly James, closing words. We baptized babies in that church. Buried our dead. He turned it into a trap house. But we still pray for him.